Hey y'all, it's your girl Ariza and I'm back. And I want to talk to you today about something different. As you know, I'm a private practice owner. I also do test prep coaching, business coaching, all that good stuff. But a lot of people don't see what it takes to be successful and what it looks like behind the scenes. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a series and I'm going to be showing you bits and pieces of what it looks like to build a private practice from the ground up. Do I have a private practice? Yes. Am I in the process of building another one? Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm using the system and skills, or should I say processes that I've used for the first practice to build another one in another state virtually. So I have went to the beginning to the, let's say, started from the beginning and kind of looked at what I did in the previous practice that was successful versus what it wasn't successful. And I'm just kind of going with the flow. So today, just to kind of share my screen to show you where I'm at and what I decided to do to start out is that I work with a lot of residents. So I am a supervisor. I don't really hire a lot of fully licensed therapists. That's just something I don't do. Not saying that you can't do your practice that way. That's just something that your girl doesn't do. All right, so without looking at all the million tabs that I have up, because I'll be honest, I do a lot of different things in a given day. But today, this is what I'm focused on. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. I actually been working with Claude AI this morning. That's been the AI tool of choice today. And it helped generate this document because with this document, I need to see and figure out what am I able to, let's see if I can get you guys to see it full screen. All right, hopefully you guys can see everything. What I need to do is when it comes to insurance billing, I do a lot of billing for, let's say, residents. So they bill under my license number. And I have other fully licensed individuals and people do the same. I get them credentialed in different states. I'm credentialed in pretty much every insurance company in my state, Virginia, where I'm at now. But I'm also licensed in Texas, licensed in Maryland, licensed in New York, and I can take insurance in those states, but not necessarily for my residents because I'm under under businesses like Headway, Alma, and so forth, where I'm able to see extra clients here and there if I choose to do so. Normally time doesn't allow it, but you know, if I choose to do so, that's an option. So let's check this out. I had Claude AI go in and deep dive. I came up with some prompts and some things that I needed for this document that I want to keep on file and keep as a reference tool so I'll know exactly what I can and cannot do when it comes to billing. I'm tired of asking people, calling all the insurance companies, deep dive and asking my admin to do this and do that. And it can be tedious having people have to research and find out information. So what I'm doing is I'm actually compiling it. I was able to tell the AI exactly what I need, why I need it, what I'm looking for, and to deep dive and get some concepts and some information. So I have skimmed through this document. Okay. This morning when I started walking my dogs, I was like, hey, you know, talking to Claude, like, look, this is what I need. So we were walking and the dog together, me and Claude, and this is something that he came up with. So now I'm sitting at my laptop and I can actually look at it and share with you. All right. So looking at this right here, I have two screens in front of me. So you might see me looking down because this is in front of me and then I have my screen where you guys are right in front. All right. So right now, this is for LCSW and LPC supervisors. Right now, I'm in the process of helping someone else build their private practice as well from the ground up. They have a lot of things that they need to do. I would like to say a lot of back office stuff that's just not in place for them to be successful long-term in running a practice. They have amazing space. Everything looks good and pretty on the outside, but on the inside, we got some work to do. So I'll be showing you the journey of that as well as I go into that office space. I'll be going in there sometime this week, next week. I'll show you the space, show you what it looks like now, and show you what it's going to look like in 30 days. Because my goal is to have that space full with people who are working, thriving, and doing what they need to do. So what I've been doing is spending the last week or two really deep diving to make sure we have all of the internal things and the back office stuff in place so we can be successful long term. So this document right here, we're not going to go through all of it, but I'm just showing you another way how AI can help save hours and hours and hours. I've been asking admin and different people to do this, but for my admin to call every insurance company in the state of Virginia, Maryland, Texas, and New York, and I also need to have at Delaware and Washington, D.C., because the other person that I'm helping is also licensed in those states. I'm going to just say, hey, add Washington, hey, add Delaware, and it will compile it to this list, and I have one master document. And as we add on different insurances, we can just add on different things with the document. But there's some things that I just wanted to know. It says this is for business planning purposes only. Of course, there's certain things that it's just not going to be able to give me or tell me, but it's enough. So basically what I wanted it to do is to let me know as an LCSW supervisor what I can and cannot do when it comes to my supervisees. What states will allow me to work under, for them to work under my license in building insurances, and which states are like, That's a no-go. So that is what I'm doing. So as you can see, the LCSW supervisors, supervising social work, supervisees in social work, that's where they're called. LPCs, supervised residents in counseling, that's what they're called. So they got the correct terminology. I did share some of this, but obviously it remembers and researches as well. So basically it's letting me know what LPCs can do in Texas, what's the limited permit, all that kind of stuff. And it tells me that the report does not cover billing under doctors, because it was giving me doctors and psychologists. And I said, back up, I don't need to know about doctors and psychologists. I need this really concise and only for social workers and counselors at this time. And I will likely have it do another document where it's only social workers and only counselors, so we're not mixing the two. When she decides to go and do her thing, she'll have her document, and as I do my thing, I'll have my document, so they're not confused. But right now, I need to look and see what I need to do so I have it all compiled in one list. As you can see, I also share with it, I want the CPT code. So again, I always tell you AI is only as intuitive and as smart as you are. I've done practices, I've helped people build practices. I know what you need to do to be successful. So I know exactly what to ask it so I can have the correct document in front of me and know how to proceed and move forward. So as you can see, I asked for certain CPT codes. I asked for the 60-minute time frame, 45-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame, and I also asked for groups, and I asked for doing the full assessment. So it gave me some of these codes here. Well, I didn't ask for the 30 minutes. I'm sorry, I only asked for group. So it's giving me the codes here, and it's telling me what typically takes place during those things. And I already know what the code covers, so I'm not going to spend time going through that. But then I really wanted to know the reimbursement rate, because I have a set rate that I pay my residents and my supervisees in social work. So I wanted to make sure that the rates are changing. Are they increasing? Can I give them a raise? What does it look like? Am I competitive in this space, or am I lowballing them? Am I charging them too much? This gives me an idea when I'm bringing people on where I need to be and how I need to set the trend for those that I'm currently working with. So as you can see right now, it says Aetna, Cigna, Optima, BC, Blue Cross Blue Shield varies in states, and you have Medicare and Medicaid. Now, the reason why I picked these out is because it's saying these payers allow individuals at the provisional license, or should I say resident license, to see clients. So it's telling me what the reimbursement rate is. So if I give them, say, $50, $60, $40 to $60 range, it's telling me what my reimbursement will be. So if I bill Aetna for a 45-minute session and I'm billing and I'm giving them, let's say, $50 an hour, my reimbursement is between $90 and $130. So let's go on the lower end. Say it's $90. That means I make a $40 profit from that session. So just to give you some mathematics that you can kind of look at, I'll make $45 in that session. Then the same thing with Cigna. Cigna is very low in most states. So $85 is kind of a stretch. You know, I'm around that amount, but I've had to also advocate and fill out paperwork. I know a lot of people who are still in the $60 range there. So let's just say we're looking at the low end of all of these: 90, 85, 100, 104. And in Medicaid, the state average is 60, but of course we're not doing straight Medicaid. We'll be working with the MCO, which is a lot higher than that. So I will tell you right now, Medicaid does reimburse a little bit more. But anyways, let's just say hypothetically, because this range is pretty broad, we stick with the $100 mark. So if I pay someone $50 and I get $100 per session, that is a $50 profit. 50-50 is what we're doing. With that $50 profit, I also have to run ads. I also have to pay my admin. I also have to pay my full-time, or should I say my part-time clinical director. I also need to pay my salary. I also need to make sure that I have my EHR system in place. I need to make sure the malpractice for the business is in place. I need to make sure the business space that I'm using is okay. Or if I have virtual offices, those fees are okay. So there are a lot of different expenses you can see. That's just what comes off at the top of my head. Using these AI tools, that's also another expense. Training my staff and my team, that's another expense. So there's so many expenses that come out of that other amount that you have there. So don't look at it and say, oh man, I'm balling out. If I get this many, I can make $1 million. Out of that $1 million, there's going to be quite a bit of expenses that's going to come out of there, which we've talked about in other videos, but I just want to stay on track and let you know that yes, you're making a really good profit, but you have to also think about what is your cost to run the business as a whole. All right, so in this document, it also lets me know that Blue Cross Blue Shield is generally pays the highest for commercial, which is absolutely true across the board. They pay really, really well. It says Aetna tends to pay on the lower end of commercial. Some report 120 and so forth. So it's giving me all the stats of what's been out there, what's out there in the world, the World Wide Web, and it's pulling it all together for me. So I'm not saying it's 100% solid, but it's giving me what it knows based on what it's been sharing. I mean, what it knows based on what has been shared. All right. It says LPCs are not eligible for Medicare, which is fine. I am approved with Medicare and social workers are able to see it, but that's something like ding, ding, ding that I will let my LPCs and my counselors and my residents and all of them know that as well. All right, and it says negotiation matters. If Aetna's paying me $120, but the market average is $144, you can and should renegotiate. So that is something that I do know, but I would have to train my full-time admin or whoever I have in that role, intern or practicum, to reach out and see what the averages are, complete the paperwork or letter for reconsideration for those actual reimbursement rates to be higher. So it's been a while that I've been on a lot of these platforms, so actually getting a higher reimbursement rate is something on my to-do list. That is definitely something that I will be doing and negotiating for all of my rates to be reconsidered and looked at as I continue to bill for these insurance companies. All right, this one is a state by state, who can bill what, who can't bill what. So I'm just showing you a little document that I'm going to be using throughout. Again, this document I can assist and share for those that are going to be starting their practices. If you're a part of my community, I'll definitely tap in and look up your company. Look up your state. I'll probably have a whole list of all the states and all of this information. So as people join my business community, they'll know exactly what to do and where to go, so they're not starting from the ground up. All right. It does let me know Virginia is the strictest of the 4 states, which is fine with me because I've been licensed in Virginia for God knows how long. And in my 10 plus 15 years or so of being licensed in Virginia, I have also been able to help be credentialed with a lot of these insurance companies in various different platforms, for agencies, for my own individual business, for my own individual self, because you do have to get credentialed as a group and as an individual. That's a whole nother video for another day. But there are a lot of different things. So it lets me know Maryland what I can and cannot do. It lets me know in Texas what I can and cannot do. So it's only focused on Aetna, Cigna, and Optima because they're saying those are the 3 that allow supervisees and social work or residents to bill under them. So it's letting me know that, hey, what's going on with, well, it has Optima United Healthcare here, but I will ask it like, what's going on with the other insurance companies? You know, like I don't see Anthem listed here, so I would probably ask about Anthem. I don't see TRICARE listed here, so I would probably ask about TRICARE. It pulled from all the insurance companies and telling me that those right there are not allowing it. That's pretty much what it's saying. So with this, it's telling me what it's saying and what it's allowed. All right. So actually going through all of these is going to take some time. Going through New York and all the different states is also going to let me know the revenue that I can get for someone that's pre-licensed to help work towards my $1 million goal, because that is my goal at the end of the year, to be $1 million private practice owner. So this will let me know that, and it'll have all the different actions and things in place. As you can see, this is the document it compiled. Very, very, very comprehensive, super great. I'm excited. I have no complaints, no concerns about it. So with that being said, that is pretty much something that I'm doing right now. And I want to show you guys bits and pieces of the documents that I created, bits and pieces of the information behind the scenes, because this is going to be like a documentary, because it's really big to let people know that there's a possibility to get to that $1 billion figure when you're growing your practice. But there's a lot of things that happen and need to take place behind the scenes. So as you can see, this is me early morning. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. It's like, well, I think it just hit 8:30 and I have a meeting that's about to start. So actually I'm going to have to go ahead and end this video so I can jump on the meeting that I'm about to have. Then I got to go to my cycle class to work out, get that mind and body right. You know, so I got a lot of things happening today. Today's going to be a terrific Tuesday. I hope you guys have an amazing day as well. And look, continue to look, because these videos are going to guide you and show you. And I challenge you to actually follow my steps and do your own practice. And if you get stuck, that is what the community is for. For a low cost fee, you can join a group of like-minded individuals who are all challenging themselves to reach the same goals and obtain their private practice and financial freedom. So I definitely encourage you to do the same thing. Jump on board. I would love to see you be a part of that community so I can work with you one-on-one and also in that group setting, just to make sure that you're able to level up and get to where you're trying to get a lot faster. Be blessed. See you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.